Hey everyone, it's Alexander Concepcion with Taco Street Locating, and this is my guide to breweries and cideries in Austin. If you find this guide useful, share it. If you're looking for an apartment to rent in Austin, find me on my website, tacostreetlocating.com. Send me a message. So, I've been in Austin for about 8 years, and I've done a lot of drinking, a lot of hanging out. So I figured I would make this guide to help you find a place where you can drink and hang out. So just diving into it, probably the most famous place to get beer in Austin is going to be Bangers. So it's a really cool Texas German style beer hall right in the heart of Rainy Street. It's the kind of place where you could take your friends from out of town and bring them in and give them like a good feel of like Austin, Texas. The beer is really good. You have a huge selection, really good sausage menu, great place to hang out. I think it's one of the uh, best representations of Rainy Street and Austin in general. I like it a lot. Um, Here in South Austin, you have another classic Austin venue uh, in more of a residential neighborhood. Uh, Here, everything about this place is great. The beer is really good. Just their simple pilsners and lagers alone are world class. The food, especially pizza here, is really good. They have live music, good outdoor seating with a bunch of trees. Um, this is another bring your friends from out of town, give them a classic feel of Austin. Um, Go check it out. um, Here in East Austin is the Zilker Brewing Company. It's just a solid overall brewery. There's nothing they do that really comes to mind that's like amazing, but everything there is just good. Um, it's a good place to hang out. The beer is solid. Nothing. I don't think it's gonna win any awards, but it's still just good overall. So, kind of just bouncing around. There's no real order to this madness. Um, is a cidery. This is Austin East Ciders on Barton Springs. This used to be where I would hang out, do like beer run club, run 5Ks, do all that stuff. This place called Uncle Billy's. The the beer sucked, the food sucked, so the business didn't make it, and they got replaced by Austin's biggest cider brand, Austin East Ciders. Austin East Ciders, it's good cider. It's the basic original one isn't too sweet. Personally, I like their extra dry brut cider. It's almost like a dry champagne more than it is a cider. The other ciders are a little bit sweet for my taste, but it's a good place to hang out, close to Barton Springs. Um, Going back to East Austin is one of the best craft breweries in Austin. Lazarus specializes in, I would say, Central European beers like German, French, Belgian. I'm not sure if the French make beer, but it's a really good place to hang out. The tacos are really good. The coffee is really good. It's just a good place to hang out, bring friends, give people good energy of East Austin. A few blocks down, there's Blue Owl, which specializes in sour beer. And either you love sour beer or you're going to hate this place. Eventually, sour beer kind of grew on me after being in Austin for a little while. These days, I don't drink too much of it because my stomach just doesn't handle it very well. Uh, TMI, whatever. Deeper in East Austin, you have this huge location called Central Machine Works. This is a great place. I think about this as like Sunday Millennial Church, where people bring the kids and dogs hang out in the backyard, drink beer, meet with friends. It's a ton of space, indoor and outdoor. The beer's pretty good. They got some just good classic American style beers. The pizza's pretty good. Um, yeah, not much else to say. High Sign, one of the sneakiest. I say sneaky because they're not a huge brand, but everything they do is good. Um, they have this Mexican lager and this blueberry lager that's really good, just casual drinking beers. Nothing complex, just good dad beers, easy drinking stuff. Further up, you have Austin East Cider's Collaboratory. I like the word play. It's another cidery. Um, where sometimes they'll preview their more like experimental ciders. It's a good place to hang out, specifically because it's right next to one of my favorite places in Austin, the Austin Bouldering Project, where you can like work out, go climb, hang out, get some drinks afterwards. So right next to the East Siders, the Collaboratory is Friends and Allies Brewing. Kind of the same story. It's like a small warehouse type location. The beer's good. It's not as good as some of the other like craft places, but it's just a good casual place to hang out. Then, much deeper in East Austin, closer to the airport, you have Live Oak. This is one of my favorite breweries to hang out in. The beer is really good. They do classic Central European, like German, Polish beer, Czech beer. They do just really good stuff. But the brewery itself is an amazing place to hang out. It's the kind of place you pick up your friend at the airport and you take them straight here. Welcome to Austin. It's a beautiful Texas hill country type location, big spaces, a lot of trees, a lot of live oak trees specifically, hence the name. More importantly to me, they have a really fun disc golf course, a good 13 or 14 hole course. Get out in nature, have a good time, bring some beers with you. I love going there. So then going southeast Austin, we got a few breweries around here. Some of them I'm not going to really get into because I don't know them well. But the two places, this one I like the most, Meanwhile Brewing, even though it's in more of a industrial warehouse type part of the city. It's a beautiful live oak tree filled hill country style brewery in southeast Austin. The beer is really good. It's like a ton of space for people to run around, hang out, bring their dogs, kids, see some live music. The food trucks there are really good. I haven't been here yet to Starbase Brewing, but I think this is like the SpaceX affiliated brewing that opened up fairly recently. I forgot to put this one on the map. Independence is one of Austin's oldest breweries. It's another cool warehouse type place to hang out. I don't really go for the beer, largely because there's just other places with beer that I like more, but it's so good. Texas Sake Company, I thought I'd just toss this on the radar for a curveball. I haven't had a lot of the sake, but what I have had wasn't thrilling. Maybe it's gotten better. I don't know. Hopefully it has. It would be cool to have a local Texas sake company that makes good sake. Some more cideries. So Austin has a really big cider scene compared to other cities. Argus is one of them. They're a little bit, I think they're a little bit sweeter from what I remember. But I'm going to also say there. Texas Keeper cider is special. Um, they just make amazing quality products. Uh, they make cider in a way that resembles more like winemaking, where they're not trying to sell like just bulk cans. They're really taking their time to make high quality stuff from their basic cider all the way to this. They have one called a Pomo, which is a fortified cider, kind of like the same way port is to wine. Pomo is to cider. It's this 5-year aged one that they have. It is absolutely stunning. It's what I give my dinner party guests after dinner for like a dessert wine drink. So yeah, if you see Texas Keeper stuff, be on the lookout. Try their stuff out. Speaking of cider, here's another interesting place: Moon Tower Cider Company. Another small craft style cidery. I'm not sure how much I've had of them, but I think they're kind of going to some different flavor profiles, something like Texas Keeper is. Here you have Shoe Spots, Oddwood Brewing, and Batch, where you're on Manor Road. It's a cool part of East Austin. More residential and low-key than the rest of East Austin is. So this place specializes more like in kolaches, but the beer that they make is actually really interesting, experimental. So just go here, see what they've got going on, get some kolaches, and hang out in the backyard. Going further north towards the Domain, you have this cluster of breweries that are right outside the Austin FC soccer stadium. So most of these places are pretty kind of the same. They're all warehouse style breweries. They're all good. Fairweather has a really good cidery up here. They have this really good one that's called Smell the Van, which uses like gin botanicals in cider. That's really interesting. But these others are just good hangout breweries to like watch soccer game. The beer is all right. Austin Beer Works is here. Chalice, Circle. I think Oscar Blues is around here. I don't hang out in this area that much, so I don't have super strong opinions on any of those breweries. Now, kind of zooming out of Austin, we'll go to the Oasis. So, one of my cheat codes for Austin is if you're going when people are visiting you from out of town, you're going to take them to the Oasis. It's inevitable. It's a beautiful view. It's probably the most quintessential view of the Texas Hill Country. The thing is, the food at the Oasis is terrible. But that's only if you go to the Mexican restaurant at Oasis. Like, it's more the Tex-Mex style. It's garbage food. Don't go there. Instead, go to the brewery, which is on the top floor of the Oasis. And the food and beer up here is really good, actually. They do more just beer pub style food. Nothing crazy, but it's much better quality than the Mexican restaurant that's there. Getting deeper out into the hill country, you have probably the most renowned brewery in, I guess, outside of Austin, Dripping Spring, called Jester King. Jester King is one of the most interesting breweries probably in the country, maybe even the world. The list of, if you looked at the ingredients they use in the beer, their approach to beer, it reads more like a Michelin-starred restaurant than it does a brewery. It's really interesting stuff. They're doing A lot of exciting work with like fermentation and getting into like the deep nerd stuff of beer. Plus, it's a beautiful, stunning location out in the hill country. There's trees everywhere, big open fields. They have a pizza kitchen on site. Um, they even make these hybrid beer wine fusions that are really interesting. They have goats there, big event hall. Um, I love going here. It's a beautiful location. I had my 30th birthday here. Um, Absolutely go check that out if you have the time. It's a great, just quick day trip, about 45 minutes away from downtown Austin. So I think that wraps everything up. That's my brewery and cidery guide to Austin. If you found it useful, hit me up on my website, tacostreetlocating.com, and hope to hear from you soon.